So today, as the DIY content creator that I am, I'm going to make some more moisturizer for my face. And this moisturizer is called Jasmine and Shea Nut Facial Moisturizer. Why? Because I'm all out of moisturizer. Okay? I'm going to show you how I make my own moisturizer for my face. Because I do not go to the store and buy that stuff. Not worth it. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we gotta do is these glass jars are reusable. So I'm going to clean this jar out using some hot water from my faucet. The water has to get hot. Use hot water and some soap. That's it. And you clean the jar out. Clean the cover out, and then you reuse it. That's it. Okay, so let's start with the ingredients that we'll need to make my moisturizer. Shea nut oil, avocado oil, apricot oil, some glycerin, emulsifying wax, beeswax, and then the scent, jasmine and geranium. And then the tools that we'll need: measuring spoon, mixing bowl, and I like to use my immersion blender. It goes faster instead of hand mixing, which that takes a little bit of time. All right, so get our spoons ready, and we're gonna need 2 teaspoons of shea nut butter. Now this shea nut butter it's a little firm. You literally put this right on your skin. That. So we're going to put the oil together before we put it on the stove, because this has actually to be warm. Yeah, 1 tablespoon. Let's put that over there. Avocado oil. Now this entire mixture will only make 3.5 ounces, just enough for a nice 2.5, almost 4 ounce bottle or jar, right, of moisturizer for your face. So it's small batches, literally. 1 teaspoon of apricot. Boom. I like to use all of it. I don't spare an ounce, a drop. This oil is expensive. And now we're going to take this and start putting it on the stove. So you get your pot, put your water in, set it, and then you're going to put your bowl on top of the pot with the water and let this boil. So this is what you do. Now while this heats up, this is where you add the harder stuff, the beeswax and the emulsifying wax, to your liquid melting process right here with the other oils that you already put in your pan. That's 1 teaspoon of beeswax. 1 teaspoon of beeswax. Okay, so now that my oil's melted, I must leave this sitting here for a little bit until my other pot of water, 2 tablespoons of water, a teaspoon of glycerin, and a tablespoon of emulsifying wax is in this pot back here. That's the water part that you add to the oil to create the cream before you put your fragrances in. So we're gonna stir this until the wax is melted, which doesn't take very long. So you see it takes on a whitish complexion, coloration. That is normal because the emulsifying wax is white. The glycerin is in here. Here is your oils. They're nice and warm. And it cools very quickly, so that's why I left it on the pot until my emulsifying wax is ready. Okay, so I transferred my oils to a measuring cup, and you notice it's getting hot, so this is what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna add that water and we're gonna blend that up. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot, and you get a good bit of cream out of this. Okay, so here's the consistency, right? It's nice and creamy. This is where I like to put my fragrance in, because when you put it in the oils, it kind of dissipates. It's gonna get burnt off. So we're gonna add our oils in. So it calls for 6 drops of jasmine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 drops of geranium. 1, 2. Mix that up. Ooh, I can smell it. It smells amazing. And then I'm going to get my whisk. I'm going to continue to beat this because my blender here, my hand mixer, isn't deep enough. But I use it really just to get the base of the cream part of the moisturizer. So now I can go ahead and transfer that back into my pan where it's wider. And then we will continue beating this with the whisk because there's more room. Here's my cute little whisk. And I will continue to beat this until it gets to the consistency that I like. See if you notice, right? See that little peaks? I'm gonna do a little bit more till it gets a little more fluffier. Okay, so here you go. I think this is thick enough. It's cooling pretty good. So now I'm gonna add this beautiful mixture to my container that I cleaned this morning. Look at that. I think it's perfect. Right. Look at that. Goes right in. There's no sticky residue on your hands. This is my refill of my facial moisturizer for my dry skin. There you go. None shall be wasted. So I got literally 3.5 ounces of moisturizer. Always bang the bottle so that the moisturizer, that your product can go to the bottom and fill in the spaces at the bottom of the jar. Here's the other one. Now I'm going to let these sit out here for a minute. That's the cap for the little bottle. And there you go. There is facial moisturizer. This is the Jasmine and Shea facial moisturizer. Now once these cool, you cover them and then you can put them in your fridge and it will last 6 weeks. 6 weeks, as long as you keep it in a cool, dry place. If you use the clear bottles, I suggest you use this one first. This one will last a little bit longer because it's in a dark glass. And there you go. There is my facial moisturizer.